Hey guys, welcome back to my new HTML crash course, and in this video we are going to learn about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is used to create websites, and every website has HTML in it. So that's pretty cool, right? Let's just start, but before we start I want to show you some slides so you know about HTML. If you never heard about HTML, this is what's gonna help you. So let's start. Before we begin, this is for beginners, so if you're not a beginner you can still watch this, but if you're a beginner, don't worry, because you don't have to have any knowledge about HTML before watching this video, and you could watch it even if you don't know HTML, because this is going to teach you. And in this video we are only going to focus on HTML5. HTML5 is the current version of HTML right now. And if you have any questions, write them in the comments below. I will answer them. And if in web development, if you're learning any coding language, you have to be patient. So be patient, and you can't just learn a coding language in like 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, because you have to be patient. And you might get errors sometimes, and you might fail sometimes, like in making projects, but if you practice, then you're gonna get perfect. Next, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is a markup language, it's not a programming language, and a markup language for creating web pages. So we create the elements of a web page. I'm going to show you how an element in HTML looks like. And a web page is a page in a website. So for example, if I have a website that has 5 pages, each page in the website is a web page. Okay, every website is created with HTML. Next slide. What we need to start: a web browser. A web browser like Google Chrome or anything you could use, but I'm going to use Google Chrome because that's the best one for me for web development. It has developer tools and stuff like that. If you don't know what developer tool is, I'll show you in this video. And a code editor, so pick one. There's like so many code editors, but I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. That's like the best one. It has a terminal in it. We don't need that. That's just for back-end development. Right now we're doing front-end development. So you could use Sublime Text, Atom, Brackets, or Notepad++ on Windows and TextMate on Mac, but Visual Studio Code is the recommended one. So this is the last one. I'm going to show you what a HTML element is before we start. So HTML element is actually between a less than sign and a greater than sign. And this is not actually an element. This is just I actually wrote element here just to show you that this is an element. So this is like going to be the place where we actually put the name of the element, and over here too. So this is actually a tag, opening tag and a closing tag. The opening tag has a less than sign, name, and then greater than sign. And this, the closing tag, has the same thing, except it has a slash at the start, like over here, you see? So that's a HTML element. Next, and this is an example of a paragraph element. So it's the same thing, but instead of element here, it says P. So P stands for paragraph. Yeah, so this is an example. And the text in the paragraph is going to go between the tags. And in other elements, there are like different properties and stuff we're going to learn after in the video. Okay, so yay, we're done the slides. Let's start coding. So once you download, let me just show you how to download Visual Studio Code. So just open your web browser and then search VS Code. That's the short form of Visual Studio Code. Then code.visualstudio.com. Go there. It's probably gonna be the first link. And then click download. Download it for Mac OS or Windows or Linux. And then once you're done, okay, so once we download it for your operating system, then just run the installer and then install it. And then when you open it up, it's going to look like this. Wait, let me just close it up. and open it up again, so you see how it actually looks like. So it's actually gonna be like this, empty, and you won't have any folder here. It's gonna say open folder, a button. You could click that or go to file, open folder, and then this pop-up is going to come, and select the place where you want your folder to be. It's okay if you didn't create the folder. I'm gonna go to HTML crash course, and over here, so I already have this folder here. In the folder called HTML, there's a folder called crash course, and in there we could do you could even make a new folder by doing new folder, but just go there, select crash course, and do select folder. It's going to open it up here. Nothing happened because I already opened it up. And if you get something like this at the bottom, a terminal, then just close it up. We don't need this in HTML. And here you don't have to create this file. This is a file called todo.md. MD stands for markdown. It's for like I made a todo.md so we know where we are at in the video. And this is the list of elements of HTML that we're gonna learn in this video. Okay, so let's start. So you don't have to make this. This is for a to-do list I made so we know what we're learning right now and what we already learned. So let's just close this and create a new file. You see this button, new file. This is for a new folder. Do new file called index.html because this is HTML. Okay, so the first thing is there's actually a boilerplate of HTML that you could generate using VS Code. So that makes it more easier. But first I'll show you the hard way. It's not even that hard, but still. There's two ways, easy and hard. It's not that hard, but you can still do it. If you actually write everything manually like this, the boilerplate code, or you could just do shift exclamation mark, and it's like Emmet abbreviation. So that's like a shortcut, and then press enter. When you get this menu here, you can click on this or just press enter, and you're gonna get this boilerplate. So this is the plate that you're gonna use every time you write HTML. But I'll just show you how to write it normally without doing all that. So we want to do these signs every single time when we're doing an HTML tag or element. And between here we're gonna put the name, so like paragraph, just like this. See? But we're not gonna do that. We have to do the boilerplate yet right now. So first, do the tag symbols like this, opening. First do less than. Now write HTML. Now close it. And VS Code automatically closes it over here for us, so we just have to do the first one. And I'm even gonna tell you an easier way for this. Okay? So now everything, all our code has to go between the HTML. All this should be blank. You shouldn't put anything there. So HTML. Now we want to do another HTML element called head. Close it. Tab. Now we want to do another element called title. I'll tell you what these are for after. Let's just make it up first. Now after the head, get out of here and write body. Body is where all our like main code is gonna be, where we're actually putting the links and headers and images and stuff like that. So we don't need to put anything in here right now. Let's look at the head. And the title, actually this is like the small basic boilerplate, but VS Code generates like better boilerplate for us, and I'll show you that's better. I'll show you how to do that after. Right now let's see what this is for. So the title is actually the title of the web page. So like over here you see it says Visual Studio Code editing software or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, code editing redefined. So that's the title of the web page. So whatever we write here is gonna be up here on our page. And by the way, this is not our page. Let's close it. So the title, let's just do my web page. You can do anything. Okay, now let's save this. And I want you to download some extensions. I'll just show you how to do it right now. So VS Code is actually really good because it gives you extensions that you could download. So you see this, like it's gonna say extensions over here, and click on it, and these are gonna be the extensions that you could download. So the first one is you want to download live. Just write live server. So it's this one, live server by Ritwik Day. So it says launch a development local server with live reload feature for static and dynamic pages. So this is for like this. You could use this for like this is a live server that's gonna create a live server in Chrome, and you could view your HTML file locally. No, it's not gonna host it. It's just gonna view it locally, and it's every time we save our web page, it's gonna reload the page for us. Okay, so download it, and then I already downloaded, so it's showing this on mine. Oh, okay, so live server. Once you download that, you wanna download auto rename. Just write that, and auto rename tag. That's the one we want to download. So this one is actually so useful because I want to show you something. You see this? Let me go. This, you don't need to do this. I'm just showing you. So for instance, if I change this, it's automatically gonna change the back tag, the closing tag. By default, VS Code doesn't do that. When we install the auto rename tag extension, I already installed it, so it says disable or uninstall. But once you install it, it's maybe gonna say reload required. Click on it, it's gonna reload VS Code, and your files are still gonna stay here. But if it doesn't, it's okay. It's gonna say uninstall. Once that is here, that means it's installed. Then close this tag, go back to the files area, and now here you could try changing one side of the tag, like P. It automatically puts it at the back closing tag and the opening tag. If I change the closing tag like head, then it's gonna change the opening tag. So let's just change it back to body and open it up. So I'll just show you how it works on the easy boilerplate, and then we'll work with the VS Code boilerplate. So let's do a paragraph just to show you. It's automatically gonna close it, and then just write this is the paragraph. You can write anything, and then press Ctrl S, and you should have a live server something here. But if you don't, just like mine, I don't right now, then just go here to the directories at the side, and then right click like this, and it's gonna give you the option open with live server. Okay, so again, right click, open with live server, click on it, and it will open Google Chrome. It's just gonna come up here, and see, remember we wrote a paragraph. This is a paragraph, so it comes up here. Now I want to show you something. Wait, let me make it small. Let me just put it at this side. Let me put this here so we could see both at the same time. Okay, so now let's change this text to good morning. It's not actually morning. I'm just doing that. Control S. It's automatically gonna reload this page, and it's gonna put the text that we put here. So that's like the good part of live server. Okay, so once we're done this, let's just do this and do this for right now. Now let's do the boilerplate that VS Code gives us. Delete the code. Now do Shift 1 for exclamation mark, and then press enter. Okay, only if you don't get the menu here, then okay guys, so if you don't get the menu, just press Control spacebar. Then you're gonna get this menu here. Now just click on this exclamation mark, or only if you get the menu, press enter. Okay, like this, and only if this is selected. If it's like this, the third one, the 3 exclamation marks selected, don't, because that's gonna give you this only. You want to do the full one, so we're gonna use only 1 exclamation mark and press enter. So we get this big boilerplate. Just save it. Okay. So this doctype HTML tells the computer, the code tells the computer that this is a HTML document. We don't need this, but it's good to have it. So that's the good thing that VS Code does. And these are some meta tags. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter that much if you don't have it, but it's good to have them here. And the title, just like I showed you, it's gonna be document by default, but let's just change it to web page. Okay, my web page, that's better. Now in the body tag, let's okay, so let's start the course. Okay, so the first thing is the heading. So there are 6 types of headings, and the first thing is all these elements are going to have an opening tag and a closing tag, and some elements won't. You can add one, but they don't need one. I'll show you what I mean after. Right now, let's do a heading. So do the tag thing, right heading between, and it's going to automatically complete it. And I want to show you something else about VS Code, that we don't have to write this like this and do this and then do this and like that. We don't have to write it manually. If I just write H1, and when I get this thing, this menu here, and it's actually selected H1 here, I just press enter. It will automatically do it for me, and I just have to write in the middle whatever I want to write. And the heading 1 is like the biggest heading. So if I do hello world, save, let me just do this, save, it's going to refresh and it's going to have hello world. This is the biggest heading. If I change this to H2, that's the second heading, save, it's a little bit smaller. Try H1 all the way to H6, H3 more small, H4 way more small, H5 super small, and H6 the smallest. Let's just go back to H1. So these are the headings in HTML. Okay, so there are different things that you could add inside of you could actually add a tag inside a tag and a tag inside a tag inside a tag. So I'll show you what I mean. So there are some tags that we didn't write here, but I'm still going to teach you, like that are like combined right now. Like I'll show you. So in here, let me just space out, and in the middle you see there's a space here and a space here. So the text editor doesn't think that it's a whole world right now, a whole word right now. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So let's do a strong here, right? A strong, see, strong here. So if I click it, there's going to be a strong opening tag and a closing tag. Now if I take out hello and put it between the strong, now if I save, okay, wait, it didn't work right now. Actually, no, not that. Don't do that, please, 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 please. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, once we learned the headings, let's actually just keep this hello world here and go to the next thing. Instead of heading, done, headings done. Now we're on the paragraph, okay? So let's keep the heading here, go down here, and just write P. If you don't get this, if it's like this, if you don't get the menu, just press Control Space, and then if the P is selected, not param or pict or picture, it has to be P that's selected, and then press enter. You're going to get the paragraph opening tag and the closing tag, and it automatically puts the cursor in the middle so we could write the text. So, and another cool thing about VS Code is that there's like some sample text that you can use. So if I write lorem, it's going to give me this sample text that I could use. It just generates it. But if I do lorem 20, then if you have this thing here and then press enter, it's going to be 20 words. If I do lorem 50, and then you always need this when you're using shortcuts. If you don't have this, like this, something like this, then just do control space, remember that. And then the shortcut is lorem 50, click this, we're going to get 50 words. So right now let's just keep lorem, the normal one, and save. Put this back how it was. Okay, now lorem ipsum dollar say amad whatever. This is gonna be the sample text. Let me just if you want to hide this thing and it's coming, if you don't want this thing to be here because it's coming in the way, just press Control B. It's going to go away. So let's just keep it like that right now. So now this is the paragraph we just learned how to do, and there are actually different types of things that you could actually add in a paragraph. So last time over here I tried strong. I don't know, it didn't work. It's supposed to. Let's try here. It's 100% gonna work. And in here I was telling you not to do strong like this, because it's gonna think that strong is actually a sentence that we wrote inside the H1. So if we don't do this and put a space like this between this, so VS Code is gonna know that this hello world is not connected to strong, like this, and that's when the pop-up is gonna come up. Enter. See, if I kept it together, it wouldn't come. Now let's just delete this and add strong here. I mean hello. I think strong doesn't work inside of H1s probably. See, strong actually makes the word bold, so it doesn't work right now. Let me just do Control X and Control Z. So I copied the text. Now let's keep it like this, and in the paragraph let's delete the paragraph and put what we just copied. Strong, between the strong opening and closing tag, let's put hello and world after it. Now let's do Control S. And okay, you see, now it works. I think it only works on paragraphs, not H1s and headings. So let's zoom in. So you see this one's actually like bold and fat, and this one's not. You see, this one's not, because this one is wrapped inside a strong element. Okay, so we learned strong. Now let's see what's next is a link. Let's just check mark this, and now we're on a link. So a link is actually, I'll show you, first thing is I'll show you outside a paragraph and then inside a paragraph. Let's just keep strong here, and down here let's do link. Link is actually not like this. Link, this is not how it is. This is how it works. It's an A tag. A and then enter. So A stands for anchor, I think, and href is like the website where you want it to go. So let's just do https://google.com. Let's just do this for a test trial. And then in between the opening tag and the closing tag, we want to write click me or something. Now let's save, and we get a link. Now when we click on it, it shows at the bottom here, over here, that this is a link. Whenever we hover on the link, it actually shows where the link is gonna go in Google Chrome over here. So just look at the bottom here. See, it says https://google.com. So when we click it, it's actually gonna redirect us there. So let's see. So see, it actually did. Now if you just click the back button, it's gonna take you back where we were. Okay, so this is a anchor tag, a link outside a paragraph. You could even put it inside paragraphs. So first thing I want to tell you what this is. So in as before, remember I was telling you about properties and stuff like that you could actually add in here. This is actually called you could call it as a property for now, and I'll tell you what it actually is called after. So it's actually, I'll just say it. It's actually called an attribute. Attribute inside these tags. It's attributes are always inside like the first tag. So like, see, for example, in the paragraph tag, if I actually add an attribute like ID equals, and then you want to do double quotes or single quotes, and then between that you actually put the ID. And IDs is mostly used for CSS and JavaScript. We're going to learn that after, probably if I do an other video. So right now let's just learn the href. So we could put href here, and even in this we could even put ID if we want, but we don't need ID here. Okay, so I was talking about the href, right? So the href is actually a link that is actually, if when you hover on it, it actually shows you what it is called. So it contains a URL or a URL fragment that the hyperlink points to. So whenever we click on it, it's going to take us to this website. Now let's just change this to, let's say w3schools.com. W3 Schools is actually a good place to learn JavaScript or any programming language. Oh wait, let me just save this. I'm gonna close to do. Now, so now at the bottom it shows https :/w3schools.com instead of google.com. See? Now let's click on it and see, it took us to w3schools.com. Now this is actually a really good website where you can learn HTML, CSS, other JavaScript libraries and frameworks, and server-side SQL, PHP, ASP, and other stuff like that. But let's go back to the course. Let's go back here and over here. So just as I told you, now I'm going to show you how to add this link. Press Ctrl X, select the link, and Ctrl X to cut it. Now we want to paste it in here. So let's delete this. And let's actually write visit my website here. Okay, now we want to take control, let's just delete here and space here and here, because if you write A here, it's not going to give you the menu. So space A, enter. Once we get this, let's I'm gonna write in the href, I'm gonna write my website. You could write google.com or anything you want. Let's just do it, https easytutorials. Okay, it actually got a little bit bigger. So let's go here. Oh my. So over here, between the closing and opening tag, let's write here, right? We're supposed to write here. So it's actually gonna be like visit my website and then here. So let's do Control S, save it. So see, this is not a link, only this is. And when we hover on it, it shows the link, the place that we're going to be redirected. Now let's try it here. We click it, and now it's going to take it. Okay, so I just want to show you my website. So this is easytutorials.herokuapp.com, and for mobile it's going to show it like this. Let me just full screen and shows how it is. I have a coding blog. I haven't put anything in it, but I will if you guys want to see stuff in it, like how to learn, like how to write, how to make websites, small websites, and other stuff like that. So first you could go there, go to my website and write register, click register if you don't have an account, and just write test. No, don't write test, actually write your actual email so I know, so I could contact you whenever I need to, if I want. And I could even help you with answers. And let's just do test 1 2 3. Confirm it. Test 1 2 3. Register. If you have an account, login. Register. Let's see. Okay, now it's going to take me here. This is just gonna come. It's not actually gonna steal your password. It just shows you that. I don't know why, for some reason. And change this to the one that you registered. Test. Oh, why is this test? Test. Add test. And change this to test 1 2 3. Enter, and it's going to redirect to you to the dashboard. And it's not, if you're not logged in, then it's gonna kick you out. You can't access the dashboard. So it's going to show you the name, welcome test. I just did it for a test. This is your dashboard. You can view your information from here. I didn't put that much stuff here. It's only the email. It shows your email that you're using in here. And then you could access videos now. If you didn't log in, then you can't, but now you can. And these are gonna be like the videos. It's gonna take some time to load. I have piano videos, and I'm even gonna put coding videos here. I just this is the first video, first coding video, so I'm gonna put this one here too. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So now let's go back to the live server. And if you lost the live server sometimes, don't worry, you could just close it up. It's gonna show you where the port is. Just close it and then click live server again. Go live. It's going to open it up again here. And yeah, we got everything back. Okay, so now we're done the link. Let's just open this to do, close this. So we're done the link too. Now let's work in the list. So a list is two types of list, okay? I'll just tell you first what it is. There are two types of lists that we can use. I'll show you how to do comments in here. Sometimes when you're writing really big websites and a lot of code, you sometimes need comments so you know what section is about what and what is about what section. So I'll show you what I mean. If you press Control and then slash, it's going to make a comment for us like this, or you can normally do it manually like this. Less than, exclamation mark, dash dash, and it automatically did it for me. Or you can just do control slash, and then you can, whatever you write here is going to be a comment. And the reason why mine's highlighting up like yellow, I installed the extension named to do or something like that. It was like no, yeah, to do highlight or something. Over here, to do highlight. No, I don't have this one. You can just search it up. I forgot what extension it is, but with that extension, it's going to highlight your comments. So it doesn't matter if you don't have it, because it's not that needed, but still. Let's go into index time. Okay, let's start. So a comment, let's just write a link section, links, like this. Over here, let's write control this and write paragraph. Let me make the paragraph bigger. Lorem 20. Okay. So I just added extra text in front of my original text. Let me just bold. Nah, let's just leave it how it is. And at the top, let's do another comment that says headings. Oh yeah, actually, let's actually write all the headings down here, so it's easy to see what we learned. And this is gonna be the cheat sheet. I'm gonna put this link of the code in the link in the description, so you could download it, so you could actually know what all these elements if you wanna practice or anything. See this thing's cool, right? I'm actually duplicating these by just doing Shift Alt and then the down key like this. This is the cool thing in VS Code. You could actually do down up to actually like duplicate it. So if I'm on the heading line, this line, if I'm at this line and do Shift Alt up, it's actually gonna do it up, but like there's no space, right? I'll just show you here. Now if I do Alt Shift or Shift Alt and then up, it actually goes down. Okay, yeah, no matter where you do it, it's gonna take it down, but it doesn't matter. It's useful. So if you want to actually duplicate it many times, then you could use this. So I'm gonna do that. Shift Alt down 6 times. Now the first one's H1, second one H2, H3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do let me just delete this. Now we just have to change 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 this, and this to 6. Save it. Okay. So now we're gonna have a big, small. Okay. This is just a cheat sheet that I'm gonna put in the description so you could download and see what we learned in this video and see how it actually is. Okay. So if you ever need any help, you can just look at the cheat sheet. So links. Wait. Yeah, let's just put the href here and do. Now let's just do. This is a link. Okay, I was just formatting the code so it looks better so we know what we're learning. Now finally let's go where we were at list. So we are at lists. So there are two types of list, a UL and a OL. A OL stands for ordered list and a UL is for unordered list. So unordered lists are like they have dots that shows like bulletin points, like you know those bullet points. I'll just show you. Just write UL, enter, and then LI. LI stands for list item. So you put the LIs inside the UL. LI. Now let's write item 1 duplicated by doing Alt Shift down. Let's do it 3 times. Item 2 and item 3. Now let's save. Control S. UL. I'll just show you. UL closing to opening, closing, and then LI. Save. So this is the link thing, and this is the item one. So it's unordered. It doesn't have numbers. It's like it's not in numbers like 1, 2, 3. It is because we wrote it in that way. But you see this we can't. This is actually not text, but it's a bullet point because this is an unordered list. And instead of the UL, let's change it to O and save. It's gonna have 1, 2, 3. It's not the text, it just automatically puts it there because it's an ordered list. Okay, so I'll show you how to put ordered list inside an ordered list and an unordered list inside of an unordered list. So let's start with the UL. So make it a UL again. Delete this. Just Control X because we're gonna use it again. Now use another UL in here. Okay, and in there let's paste the items. Let me just tab it like this, and another UL after this, and paste it like this. So now save. So now, oh wait. Okay, so let's just change this actually to an OL. Now save it. It didn't change it? Oh, okay. I think it's UL that says if I do UL that says item 1, it's not gonna do anything. And if I put a OL inside a UL, I mean a UL inside of a OL on ordered list, and just write item 1, it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna write it down like simple text. Okay, so let's talk about the lists again, and let me show you how it works again. So a UL is an unordered list. Now let's put items in it like LI. Let me just paste the things that we copied like this. Item 1, item 2, item 3. Now let's refresh. We have these items. And now let's actually put links in here. So if I control X this and put an A like this and just do https:// google.com, and inside here let's just paste it back. Now let's delete these two. It makes it easier, and let's just do Alt Shift down 3 times like this. So UL opening closing LI, between the opening closing LI, between those we're putting the opening and closing anchor tag. Doing it 3 times. Save. And look at this. They all are still unordered lists, but they're still in. They're going to be a link like this. So when I click it, it's going to take us somewhere. Now let's just change the UL to OL. Oh. Now it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, but there's still gonna be links. You could change where the links are. So one could be Bing.com and the other one could be I don't know.com. So they're gonna stay the same, okay? I don't know why this link is a little like less purple, but it's always gonna stay the same. Okay, so lists are really actually basic. So let's actually move on to the other one. If you want more information, you could actually go to wvschools.com, but you don't need actually that much information about lists because they're not that much used. But if you ever use it in your website, then you won't need that much stuff. You just want to order it in a list, okay? So let's keep the list. Now let's do a comment again and do write what's next? I forgot. Yeah, tables. And let me change the list to checked, and now we're on table. Now let's go down, and I'll actually show you how a table is actually formatted over here, wvschools.com. They actually have a really good documentation on tables and everything. Let's go to here, and let me search tables. HTML tables. Okay, so this is how a table looks like once it's done, and they even styled it. That's why it's white, gray. But a normal table is like this. So you see, style, don't look at it. That's just when we're gonna add styles, and this is CSS embedded into HTML. But right now, just look at the table. So let's add the table here, right? Table. So the table is the whole structure of the table, and inside we're going to add the TR and THs. So the TR is a table row, okay? TH is a table head, TR table row again, TD is table data, and TR table row table data. Table head is for like the top part, so like company, contact, country. So we put these 3 in a row. So TH, just like this. First name, last name, H. I'll just show you. Try it yourself. They're gonna take us to an editor. You can actually like real-timely edit. So you see this. First name is TH, last name is TH, and age. They all are in a row. so that's why they are aligned like this. Next is Jill Smith 50. So Jill is first name is Jill, last name is Smith, and age is 50. So it doesn't look that good because we're supposed to style it with CSS, but we're not going to learn about CSS in this video. So first they have the table. Now they added the TR, table row. Now inside this we could actually put TD for table data or TH. So first we're gonna do TH, and the first one is going to be about, let's just do first name, Alt Shift down 3 times. Let's change this to last, and then name. This one to age. Now let's save this, go to our web page, and this is what we get. Because, and you see this, when we select it, we get this divider between them, like a little bit white space here. I'll show you. You see this a little bit of white space? It's because they're different table heads. That's why. It's because they're actually different table. What is it called? Table heads. Like no table. Wait, what? Table headings. Yeah, table headings. Now let's actually add table row again, and inside here let's add I'm joking, I know, let's add the table data, TD, and in here let's first person, let's actually do John. Alt shift down, John Doe, age is gonna be 400. Save. So see, first name, it's actually all clustered up, crumbled up, or whatever it's called, because it's actually not styled. If you style it, it could look like way better, like this one if you want it to be. So over here they're actually styling using CSS, but we're not going to do that. We're just gonna learn how, like, we could actually write tables. Okay, so I was just gonna show you how it is. Now we don't need to look at it. Now let's just copy this table row. We're gonna do the same thing one more time. Now instead of John, let's just do Jane, and this one is 58. Let's just do that, and this guy, let's just do Johnny. This guy is 45. Now look at it. So John is the first table row. I mean, like the John Doe thing. The John Doe and 100 is the first row. Jane Doe 58 is the second. Johnny Doe 45 is the last. So it's ordered like this, and it already has like the space between them because it's in different rows, but it doesn't have space over here. But we could do it with CSS, but I'll show you that in another video. So this was the table. Let's do a review on it so we remember how it was. We do the table row, TH, table heading, and table heading. The table headings are actually at the top, like, you know, those different sections in a table. And table row, TD for table data, John, and then TD Doe, and then TD 100. Again, the same thing, and then the same thing. So it keeps going down. The more if I select this and do Alt Shift down, it's gonna keep going down. Now let's do S, Control S, and look, it's just gonna keep going down. Just go. Okay, actually did too much. Okay, finally we're back where we were. Okay, so first name, last name, age. John Doe 100, Jane Doe 58, and Johnny Doe 45. So finally we're done the table section. Now we're at the form section, and this is like one of the coolest areas or sections in this video. So a form is not something that you fill in and send in HTML. I'm joking. It's exactly that. A form is like a container. So wait, let me write form. Now enter. It's gonna give this action thing, but we don't need it right now. Let's just remove it. And inside the form, we're actually gonna put inputs and stuff like that. A form is like, it's a cluster of different input types, like name, email, password, and there's a button that submits the form, and then the action is actually where we want to send it to. So let's show you. Let's add the action back. Action. Let's do https://google.com. Best way to test https://google.com. So yeah. Wait, let me see when we're gonna learn the input. So after the form, we're actually gonna learn the input. So we're actually done the form right now, because we're actually done like what the form is. I'll just tell you that's the only thing we're gonna learn. But we're gonna learn the input and then button, and then after when we learn the input and the button, we're actually gonna combine input, button, and form to actually make a functional form. Okay, so let's just learn what's a input right now. So inputs. So input is like it's like a box that where you can actually add data inside. There's like sliders, date pickers, image pickers, many types of inputs. There's even like the normal input where we like text, where we're actually writing the text and then submitting. So that's the first input. So let's do imp. You could even just do imp or input and just do enter. Then type text. That's the only thing we need to do, and save. So we're gonna get this input, you see? Let me just do a BR in front of it, above it, BR. BR stands for break, so it's gonna like give us some space between the table and the input. So see, we got some break between it. So the input is like, it's gonna give it an outline when we click on it, and then we could write the text like this, and it keeps going, and then we could submit it. But not right now, because we don't have the submit button, and we have to put the input inside the form to have the submit button. I mean, if you want to make it submitted. If you want to submit it to google.com, you have to have the input inside the form. Okay, so this is input type text. Now let's see what happens if we change it. Now if you want some like suggestions of what we could do when there's like input type, so this is empty, right? So let's do control spacebar, and you're gonna get all this all this big list on the menu that you could use. You see this? I'm changing it. So this is all the form types that we could use. So the first one, let's go all the way to the top. First one, button. That's like, it's gonna change the type to a button. Let's see. So see, it turned into a button. And let's actually do, but it doesn't have any text in it because we're supposed to put it between it. I'll show you how a button is actually it. Don't use an input as a button. Just use a button as a button. I'll just show you after. Again, control space, and checkbox. Let's do this. Checkbox. Let's see. Okay, we get a checkbox that we can tick to check it in. Now let's change this to color. This one's actually kind of cool. When I click on it, I get this thing. I could pick the color whatever I want. And instead of color, let's do date. And I could actually choose the date like this. Let me just pick today. And I'm not gonna actually do everything, but I'll do some, like email, file, image, stuff like that. So let's go for email. Email is same as like, it's gonna look just like the text one, but it's not. So if I write like this, and then when I try to submit the form, it's not gonna let me, because I have to have like an @ symbol and then like something like gmail.com. if it's okay if you don't have the .com, but you have to like have like something that looks like an email, like something at something.com. If it's not, then it's gonna be like you have to have an at symbol in it. Now let's change the type to a number. Let's see. Okay, number. Wait, did I save? Okay, I forgot to save it. Let's save it. Okay, so this is the input, and we're gonna get this 2 buttons. So it's only a number. If I try to put like A, B, C, D in here, it's not gonna work. I could only put numbers. Like if I type in numbers, it's gonna work. If I type in plus and stuff like that, it's gonna work. But if I enter letters, it's not gonna work. Okay. Okay guys, so right now you see the input. It has many different types, so just test them out. Like there's like URL, weak, search, submit, tell stands for telephone number, radio, password, range. Let's try the range. The range is actually awesome. Range is actually like this, so yeah, you can choose like how much you want it to be. Okay, so we're done the input section. Now let's go for the button. Okay, we're gonna keep this as it is right now, because once we learn the button, we're gonna make a form. Okay, so a button is actually BTN. You could just write that short form or button like this, and it's gonna be a button. Write submit in here or send, and in here there's more attributes. Like this one has range, and yeah, I forgot to talk about. So you see this input, it doesn't have a closing tag. It doesn't has a closing tag. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't have a closing tag, because input, you don't have to put anything between. So there's another thing in input. Let me change it to text, and there are more attributes you could use here, such as placeholder. And if I write enter your name, it's actually gonna, let me save it, and it's actually gonna show up over here. See, like enter your name here, and the button came up here because I actually wrote a button, and the send. So the button's not styled that well because you need CSS again, but we're not gonna learn it right now. So I'm probably gonna make a video on CSS crash course. That's gonna be like probably 30 minutes long. So don't forget to see it. Like and subscribe to my channel so you're gonna be notified whenever I put new videos. Okay, so back to where we were. Input type text, placeholder. So it's holding the place, and when I click, it's gonna stay there. But like when I write something, it's gonna go away. Then when I delete it, it's gonna come back. Okay, so input doesn't need anything between, because if I actually try to do input like this, it's not gonna work. Okay, if I actually write anything, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna print. It's gonna just get printed out here, because a closing tag in an input is not supposed to be there. And even there's actually no closing tag in an input, because you can't try to close it. But this is a self-closing tag, so you could just keep it like this, or at the end you could add actually like put a slash here, so it just tells it that it's ending from here. But you don't have to. But it's nice if you put it. Okay, now back to the button. So now the button has a send, and there's like a type here, and we want to do submit. So when we click on it, it's going to submit it, but it doesn't do anything because type submit only works if it's inside a form. Okay, so now we're done the button part, and if you want to actually learn more about the button, I'm actually gonna teach you. But now when we're gonna make the form, it's gonna like everything's gonna come together. So I'm gonna keep teaching you and showing you. So you see this, let's take this out, copy this, and paste it here, Control V, and button, copy this and paste it here. Okay, save. Now let's refresh, and you see this. Let me just Control X this for now, so it's not here. We only need one form, and let me put a break here. Let me put 2 breaks here, so it's gonna be like a little bit away from this table. So now let's enter a name. For example, let's do John Doe. Press send. It's gonna send it to google.com and it's gonna take us there. Okay, but we don't want, it's actually sending it to over there, but we can't see it. Okay, let's see, let's try. Wait, there's another method called method, and the method is, there are 3 methods: dialog, get, and post. And these are useful. Get and post are useful when we're using Express, and all those stuff we don't need to know about right now, because post is actually, post and get is for Express, and Express is a Node.js module, or you could call framework, library, used to make like HTTP routes. But we're not gonna learn that in this video because that's backend stuff. Okay, so back to the video. Let's see, when we send
There
the
aren't any videos capsules available.
that was Bixby. Sorry for that. In my watch, Bixby just starts talking. I don't know, because she thought that I am talking to her. Okay, so the form, remember we just sent it and we didn't see any data because we won't see the data right now. So yeah, that's it. A form is actually used to submit the data, and remember our page actually refreshed. If I change this to not submit, save it, write something, send, it's still gonna refresh the page, and it's still gonna take it to the place that where we have the action. If I take out the action and save it, and yeah, let's try it. It's just gonna refresh our page with a question mark here. Yeah, okay, wait. And okay, the cool thing is you always want to have a name attribute in the input, like look, name equals, let's do username. Okay, let's just keep the input name. So when you add the name attribute in input, so that actually means that the name of the input is username. Now let's save it, and now it's gonna be actually cool. Let me just remove the question mark here. It's actually gonna be so cool. So you see this. Now let me just write a name like unknown. Oh wait, what? John. Okay, and now let's submit. Now it's gonna refresh the page with, you see this, username, it's question mark, and then after that it's username equals John. Okay, now if we actually put the action attribute back, action equals https://google.com. Now Control S, save. Wait, let me take out this part. Now refresh. Okay, now if I enter hello just as the name, send, it's gonna redirect us to google.com with question mark equal username equals hello. So it's actually sending this data as a URL form. Now if I actually write a JavaScript code from google.com, and if I was the one who created Google and I actually write code, that I could actually take this data out of here and actually display it and stuff like that. So that's the cool thing. We could actually send forms using this. Okay, so we're done the forms part. Let's go next and paste our input stuff back. And after that, let's change this to div. Oh, wait. Now we're at the div, finally. So a div is a short form of a division. Div. And divs are actually mainly used to make different sections to divide like the content in your web page. So like for example, if I have this form is kind of like a div, but it's actually a form used for like sending information to a different place or sending information to the server and stuff like that. And a division is actually used to, it's like a container. Yeah, it is actually a container. So this is how you write a div, enter, and inside divs you put like different data. So pretend, let's do h1 in here and do this is container 1. Okay, now let's copy the div and put another div here. Now let's control X this, so cut it, don't delete it, just cut it. And now let's make another div, and inside this div let's put the other divs. So this is how it works. If I style this div, if I so you see class, I'll just teach you this. Class is actually like classes and IDs. You can use classes and IDs to style the element, the individual element using CSS. But we're not going to learn CSS. But when we do, I'm going to show you how. Right now I'll just show you how to add the class and the ID. So if the class was div1 like this, then if I copy this and go to the CSS file and then actually write div1 and then curly braces, and between the curly braces if I write background color red, then the color of this div is gonna be red, but not this div. So it's actually to divide this data. Now if I delete this div from here and just from here, make it perfect, and delete this div. So now these two H1s are in one div. So that means if I give this a class of div, just div, and I do go to the CSS file and then I write dot div. When you're using classes in CSS, you do dot and then write the class name, and then dot div and then space curly braces, between the curly braces opening and closing. And then you won't understand it, I'll actually show you in a new document. So I'll just show you a little bit of CSS, how it actually goes, just so you know why we use classes and IDs. IDs are even used to selectors for JavaScript. But let's just focus on a little bit of CSS. So you see this, we want to link index.html, style.css with index.html. So let's go to the top. You want to go down and do link. That's what the link is for. And enter. Now the href is going to be // means in this directory. So you see I got these options, style.css, index.html, and to-do.md, because these files are inside the same folder that the index.html file is. So now let's select style.css, save it. Now go to the style.css file, and now remember we named the div over here, this div as div, the class is div. So now if I do dot div, because the class is div, we're supposed to do dot, and now curly braces, enter. So now between these two curly braces we can add styles, like you see stroke dash offset, and then background background color, background image, position, repeat, background size, and all that, like different styles. We could even do color stands for the font color. So now let's do background color. Okay, now background color, let's do let's just do red right now. Now save. See, this container 1 and container 2, these two texts are in the same container, right, in the same div. That's why they're both background is black. Okay, now if I do control Z, no, sorry, let's just go down and do it manually. Now if I take out container 2, let's just take out both, just delete them. Now let's create a new div, and have a h1 that says div1. Let's use numbers. And now here let's do another div called with h1 that says div2. Now if I still refresh, I'm still gonna have the same thing because we gave the class div to this div, the parent div that has two child divs inside. That's what it's called. It's like this is the main big div. Inside this big div we have these two child divs, like div1 and div2, but the class is assigned to this div, the big parent div. So if I take off the class from here, Control X, save, then nothing is gonna have the red background. But if I give the class to this div and save, then this is the only div that's gonna have the red background. And if I take out the class again from here and put it down here, then div2 is gonna have the red background. See, this is so cool. And it still looks not that good because it's still not just, it's only changing the background color, because you can actually do way more things with CSS. You can actually make real websites like look awesome. So if I have this, I could actually convert this into a real website using CSS. Okay, so let's just delete the style.css file. Okay guys, so delete the style.css file because we're not going to focus on that right now. And link, we could delete that too. And if you like CSS, then don't forget to watch my CSS crash course that's going to come out soon. Okay, so that's what a div is for. And it's not just for styling, and even if you want to like just divide your content, so like if I want to put the form in a div, I could, and then if I want to put all the inputs and the buttons in a div, I could. So it's like different sections. You're just cutting off your web page a little bit into different sections, dividing it. That's why a div is called a divider or some. It's like something like that. Now we're done the div. Now let's go for the image. Now there are two cool ways to use images. I'll show you the website one. So you could actually go to Google, pick any image you want. You don't have to download it. I'll show you how it works. First, let's see how the image tag works. Like, so just write image, img, or image. Actually, image. No. Image actually doesn't have a full form like this. It's only img, so image. So now image has two main attributes. The first one is source, so where the image is coming from that we're supposed to display here, and the other one is alt. Alt is like if I'm just putting a random URL, or maybe the image, the source is deleted, then the text displayed here is gonna be the alt. So let's do some image here. Now if I save, I'm gonna get some image here, and I'm gonna get this image because I didn't specify what image we're supposed to display here. That's why the alt text is coming here. Now if I actually have a path where there's actually a real image, then this will turn into a big image, and the sum image here will be removed. Okay, so first way, let's go to Google. Sorry. Now go to Google, search for a cool image that you want. I'm just gonna search for nature. Just pick an image. Let's pick. I'm just gonna pick this one. This one. Now once you pick your image, open it, and then right click it. Don't click save image as or copy. Don't do that. You want to click copy image address. You see this? So again, you want to do right click your image and do copy image address. So that's gonna actually copy the whole the source where the image is coming from on Google. Now paste it in the source area. Once you do copy image address from here, paste it in the source section over here, and it's gonna be long probably. Well, mine's is actually really long. Now just save it. Control S. Now go to my web page, and Ta-da! Your image should be coming here, and you shouldn't be getting the. Let me just open it up big. You shouldn't be getting this text displayed here. Let me see. There's more, but it's like too wide. That's why I don't see it. Okay. Let me just enable text wrap. Okay. So guys, if you're getting this problem, like the text is too long, and you can't see some parts of it, just go to settings. Settings is like you can click this or do control comma, and then just do write text wrap. Search. No, just search for wrap. So word wrap. See, well, let's just change it to on. Okay, now if we see, this is gonna be wrapped around like this, because this image has a really long URL. So you see the alt sum image is not displayed here. You know why? Because we already have an image source that's coming. That's the reason. So now I'm gonna do Control Z, close the settings, and I'm gonna change the image because this image has a really long URL. Let's choose this image, this wide one. Now again, we want to do the same thing. Copy image address and paste it here. Okay, this one doesn't have a long one. So let's save, go back, and the image should change. And don't worry about the size. You can actually, you don't need to have a CSS file here, or you don't have to use the style attribute. I mean the style tag. There's actually a style tag. I'll show you in the CSS crash course, because it's still HTML, but we're actually writing CSS in there. Okay, so if the image is actually too big for you, then you could, there's like these attributes called height and width. Like height, you see height, I'm gonna write it, and now if I do 100, and width, 100 means actually 100 pixels. You don't have to write px for it. So now it's small, see? Now let me actually change the width to 200 to make it wider. So let's change this to 500 height and width to 800. I would save. See? So this much is fine. Actually, I'll make it a little small because it's like too big, and covers almost everything. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so you see this div. Oh no, not this. Let's talk about the image. By accident, I was talking about the divs. So the source. The first thing we talked about, getting an image from Google and pasting the source. Now, if you click, you see the follow link. Now, if you hover on a link, like like with the HTTPS or Google.com or anything, you hover over it. It says follow link. Control plus click. So if I do hold Control, it's gonna look blue like this, and click on it. It's gonna take me to the website. It's gonna ask me if I let VS Code open a external website or not. And when I click open, it's gonna open it in the browser. So you see this is actually the image. It's not like it's a website and then it's actually showing the image file. So now we're getting this image in our website. We're showing that image in our website, and you could show any image in your website. And if you have an image on your PC, download it like already, then you don't have to do this, because there's another way that you use how to get image. Okay, I'll show you. So open file explorer like this. Let me open it here, and in there, let's go to the folder where we want to find the images from. Let me go to my folder where I have my images. Let me just choose an image. So I have these images. Let's choose I'll just choose this easy tutorials one. Copy the image that you need, that you're gonna use. Now go to the folder that you have opened in Visual Studio Code. So remember the folder that you created and the files that are here. Now you just want to go in VS Code and click paste. Just click Control V. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes VS Code doesn't let us copy it. So just open VS Code on the side and the File Explorer on the side. Now find the folder where you have your image. Now just drag that image in over here. You see? So you see this image. I'm dragging it and putting it at this files area. So it's just gonna copy that image and put it there. Now it's already there, and there's even a preview mode in VS Code that you could actually preview your images like this and zoom in like this and zoom out. Control and scroll out is gonna zoom out. Okay, so let's close this image. Just you could open index.html and then right click from the file area and do copy relative path. Okay, so it's going to copy the path that is relative to the index.html file. So now you see the source. Just delete this. Oh my god, this. Delete it, and in the source paste the file path. So in my case is okay, so I refresh the page and tada, you get your image. So that's another way. That's like the main way that people use. But if you don't have the image or you don't want to download it, then you could just go to Google and choose any image, and then you just have to copy the image address, and then you just paste it in the source area. Okay, so this was how an image element is used. So we're done image. Now the last awesome cool elements are iframe and video. So let's talk about the iframe first. Let's go back. Oh, I forgot to put the comment here. Let's write images, and after that let's write control slash for the comments. Let's write iframe. Yeah, so iframe is actually a frame where you can embed another website. Sounds cool, right? I'll show you what I mean. So write iframe and then use the shortcut. Now iframe is gonna have these two attributes from default. Right now you could remove them, so we don't need frame builder right now. Just remove this. And the source, just like the image, there's a source. We want the source is actually going to be the website. So if I actually copy this image and put in the iframe, I'll save, the image is actually going to get rendered. See, but the iframe is small to actually render the whole image, so I could make it bigger. Width 100. Oh no, wait. And height. So first let's add the width to 300 and height to 200. Now save. So it's still not covering the whole image, but at least you could actually render images inside iframes. But that's not that, you shouldn't do that, okay? But you still could do that, and you could even render files and stuff like that. But rendering files as images, so like if you have any .png or .jpg file, you should only use it on images, okay? So like only image elements should be used as images, and iframe should mostly be used as when you're embedding a website or a video. Yeah, mostly people use it for a video or a website. So let's just use, for example, my website. I have another website called web. That's whatsup.herokuapp.com. It's a chat application where other people can chat with each other. Now I could actually just link it into my website right now, and people could actually use it from there. It's just gonna show not secure, because it's actually secure. Let me do Control X, HTTPS, and paste it. That's gonna make it secure. What? Oh, okay, I did something wrong. Okay, now it's secure. Don't worry. Now I'm just gonna show you. Let me just write random. That's my username. Now let's add a room called HTML. Join chat. Now if anyone else joins a room called HTML, they will be able to talk with me like this. Hi. So it's gonna show the time. The time is not right now. It's not like it's not the time in my country because I hosted it online. So it's gonna show the time that the people who hosted it has it. So don't worry if you don't understand. But we're gonna render this page, not this one, the home page. Okay, so this one. Now let's copy this URL. Let's go back here and put it in the source. Okay, Control V. Now save. Now, see, it's actually so small right now because let's make the iframe bigger. And let's add a BR break between the iframe and the images. There's another cool thing you could do. If you want multiple elements, like multiple BR elements or anything, you could just do BR and then the time symbol, multiply by 3. If I do that, it's gonna give me 3 BR breaks. So let's just keep 2. So it didn't do that much spacing, but it's okay for us. And now let's change the width and the height. 600 and the height is gonna be 400. Okay, so finally it's working, but let's make it more big. Okay, 1000. Oh, 1000. The 1000 is too much. 900. Okay, so I did the width 900 and height 700. So you see, it's actually rendering this page inside my web page, and it's actually gonna work. So if I just keep my name anonymous and room, let's go HTML is cool. So it's gonna show me the new room name, and it's actually working. So it's even changing the pages, remember? Because when this is actually a form over here, and I'm actually entering the username, user, and let's go to HTML is cool. Now I'm gonna join the same room as anonymous, and anonymous is in here. So see, it says user has joined the chat, and if I say hi here, it's gonna show me hi over here. So we could keep chatting, and leave room. And when I leave this room, it's gonna say user has left the chat because that was his name. So see, that's so cool, right? So that was an iframe, and I want to show you one more cool thing about YouTube, that you could actually embed YouTube videos in an iframe like this. So first, you want to go to youtube.com. And then pick the video that you want to embed in your website. And whoever's video you're watching, they're still gonna get the views. It's not like if you don't want to give someone views. What? Let me just open Mozilla Firefox in it. So I opened Mozilla Firefox on the other side. Wait, it's loading. Okay, I brought it here. Now in here you could just go to youtube.com. And then you want to actually get the ID of a video, okay? This is not actually, I just wanted to show you so you know you can actually embed other sources in iframe. You can actually embed other videos and actual MP4 videos. This is taking too long. Okay, finally. So you want to select the video. Okay, so let's just select, let me just search for let me just select Tom and Jerry, don't worry. And then you see this, watch, and then question mark V equals X7R. You see this, select that what I selected. Now you want to copy it, Control C. Let's go ahead, let me pause the video. Okay. Oh, wait, pause. Okay, so I paused the video, and you see this V equals, and then this ID. It's actually the video ID. Now copy it. Now leave it. Now open a new tab and write youtube.com/embed. Okay, /embed/ and then you want to paste that ID. Remember the ID you just like copied from here. You want to paste it like youtube.com/embed/ the ID. And then when you press enter, now you just want to it's actually going to open up big screen, and in here you could actually watch the video. So we want to embed this video into our app, into our website, right? So we could actually play it from here, but we don't want to. We want to play it in our website. So just copy this link. Okay. Now go to Visual Studio Code and open up Chrome on this side. Now change the source to the video, the link that we just copied. Now save it. And abracadabra, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.5, 0.2, 0.1. Ta-da! Now you could actually watch YouTube videos inside your website. You could actually put them, but there's gonna be this thing that says watch on YouTube because we embedded it on from YouTube. That's why. And embed is for because YouTube actually lets us embed the videos, but the user, whoever put this video on YouTube, still gets the views. So let's try playing it. And it says full screen is let me just pause it. When I hover on this, try to click, it says full screen is unavailable. So you just want to go over here in the iframe, and after width and height, there's another attribute called allow full screen. You see, and you don't have to do like allow anything equal. You just have to put this. So not like allow full screen equals true or false. You don't have to do anything like that. You just have to do allow full screen. Now when I save, let's refresh. Okay, now let's play it. And if I try to do full screen, it's actually gonna work. See, let me just escape out of here. Pause. Okay, finally. So this is how an iframe works like, and let's go to the next element. So the next is the last element. We're done the iframe. Let me just delete the iframe because it's taking too much space. Or let me just make it small. Okay, so let's delete the height and width. Now it's gonna go small. So let's set the comment. Okay, it's gonna be small. Where is it? Right here. Now let's add another comment on videos. Now videos, I think you can actually embed the same video in videos. So let's try. So write video. A video is an element and it has source too. Just like images and iframes and a video. They all have the same thing called source. That is actually the path where you want the video from. But in video you can't actually embed like actual websites. So let's go back and copy this link again, and let's see if it works in the video. And let's see, let's save it, and let's go down. So this is not the video. The video is actually underneath this. This is actually the iframe, but we don't see the video right now. We have to make it play. Let me do autoplay. Just do autoplay, and do repeat. No, I think it's on autoplay. Just do autoplay. It's gonna play automatically. And if it doesn't come, then it's probably because YouTube videos don't work on videos. Okay, so 100% YouTube videos and embed links don't work on videos. So I think you need your own video. So don't worry, just find a video on your PC. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's go. So this is a green screen video I actually did. Now I'm just gonna drag it into the file section in VS Code like this. Look. So I'm gonna drag it in here, and let's close this. So now I have the MP4 video here. So now just go to the index.html and right click the Dino the video and just do copy relative path again. You could just actually write the name of it if it's in the same directory, I mean the same folder. Now let's go back to the video. Now let's do / and paste the link, the path. Let's close this again. Save this and the to do, let's save that too. And ta-da. Our video is actually gonna be big. So the reason we couldn't see the let me just see if the video's here. Okay, I don't see the video. I think there's something wrong. Let's just check it out at W3 Schools. Okay, so this is the video element. It has its own play and pause thing. So let's just okay, so let's just try this one out and let's see how it goes. I think I am missing something probably. Okay, so yeah, I am. So you see this video, we want to add the controls option. Like, we don't have to, but when we do, we get all these controls. So let's just add control, and let me just do control B so this menu gets hidden, the file section. And between the videos tag, we want to add actually a source. I think we don't need this here right now. Control X and delete this video with the width and height. And between here, look, they put this thing that has the source, a source tag. Let's see, source. Now here the src is gonna be the video link, and we don't need to put the type. Now let's add the width 400. Now let's try in our web page if it works or not. Okay, finally it worked. So wait, let me so this Easy Turtles thing is the image. Now this is actually the video. You see the controls, full screen, volume, and this Tom and Jerry video is actually the iframe. So right now I'm just gonna comment down the images and the iframe. You just select it and do control / nope, sorry. Just select the stuff that's not comment. If it's already a comment, it's gonna be uncommented. Control / save it. Okay, so we only got the video. So see, now we could play it. If I press the play button, it's gonna get played. Oh, okay, there's some reason it's not working. I forgot again. Let's try again. Okay, full screen's working. Okay, I think play and pause is not working for some reason. Let's try. Let me just change the to autoplay. Okay, now it's gonna work. Okay, I think there's some problem with this video. Let me just choose another video because this is not supposed to happen. Let's see. Okay, I made this animation. Let's use this one. Let me copy it. Wait, no, open it up. Okay, and let's copy it and paste it here. Okay, water pipe animation. Now let's just copy relative path. Now the source should be the water pipe file name, and let's just change its controls. Okay, so this should work. Do it again. Okay, it's not working. Let me try source. Because video is supposed to work. So let's see what's the problem. Yeah, we don't need the middle source part, we just need the video. And there's some problem with the videos. Oh, I think the AVI, it's a .avi file. I think it only supports MP4 or MP4 files. So I think I probably have to do the type. Let me go back. Okay, so delete the source, just keep the source at the bottom. And let's do type. Type is gonna be, okay, change this to controls, and let me go back to the let's save, run. Okay, I don't know, guys, why it's playing, but I mean, it's not playing. There's probably some error. Let's go back here and let's see what's the problem. It's playing in this one. You know what? Let me just copy video address. You see this? Okay, there's another thing. We could actually copy video address. Now in the stores, let's just put the video address, okay? Now it's probably gonna work because I copied the same video. See? Okay, finally it's working. So that's it, guys. For right. Wait. Nope, don't leave. I wanna tell you something. Now let's change the autoplay to controls. Now let's see who's the boss. I'm joking. Now let's see. Okay, now we're actually controlling it. We could see the time. It's just like YouTube, but it's like a little different. And we could see if it's halfway done, and we could change like to the end or to the start. And let's see. Let's full screen it. Quality's not that good, but at least it's playing right now. It's because the video quality is not that good. So we could actually add the source from our own directory, that like a file that's on our PC, or we could actually use a video that's online. We just have to copy the video address. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys, for this video. And this video got actually too long because I actually explained everything with detail. And if you didn't understand something, then just write in the comment below, because I'm gonna surely answer. Okay, so bye, guys. And I'm gonna put this cheat sheet in the description below. So if anyone wants to download it, then you could download from this description below. So yeah, bye. See you in the next video.